This afternoon here in the Astrodome, it is the Houston Oilers against the Pittsburgh Steelers for the American Football Conference wild card and right to move on in the playoffs.
Come on now. You know I don't need to say much. We worked all year for this. This opportunity. Let's go out and accomplish our goal. All we need is a win on three. 1, 2, 3. Win! Yes,
with the snap, fakes the handoff to Pinkett, looking, throwing toward the end zone, has a man, caught, touchdown! Ernest Gibbons!
Put it in the end zone, baby!
From the 9-yard line, Moon looking in the end zone, throws, caught, touchdown! Gibbons again! Warren Moon has the football off White, tries to turn the corner on the left side, and the Steelers converge on him. The ball is loose, and it's picked up by who?
Although the shock of a stunning defeat was foremost upon their minds, when the Oilers looked back at 1989, what will be remembered is the year they sidestepped tremendous obstacles to qualify for their third consecutive playoff berth. A season in which the Houston Oilers started grasping for greatness. Transforming a summer's worth of preparation into a season of significance is every NFL team's objective each September. And Houston sensed they had the talent to distance themselves from the competition. Although the Oilers beat San Diego, 2 losses in their first 3 games left Houston feeling a bit awkward. But great teams seem to march to their own beat. And when the AFC's top-rated passer visited Houston in Week 4, the Oilers planned to play it a little different.
Defense got to win it. You got to look at it like defense got to win it.
Houston rushed only 3 men, leaving 8 defenders in the coverage. 5 underneath and 3 deep. With so many bodies in the secondary, Miami's receivers performed like fish out of water.
They don't want to play no more. Oh, we get up on them, man, they quit.
Tipped passes were engulfed in a sea of blue, and Dan Marino suffered through his worst day as a pro.
Intercepted by Lyles at the 45 at midfield at the 45.
It was not a defensive scheme new to Marino, but never before had a secondary shrunk the field as the Oilers did in their 39-7 victory. In 1989, Houston blended wisdom with youth to form a defense that had a hard-hitting effect on the opposition. Cornerbacks Patrick Allen and Steve Brown, number 24, have been stepping in front of receivers, making the big play for the last 6 years. 6 times opponents tried to beat the Oilers with Hail Marys, and 6 times the opposition's prayers went unanswered. The most outstanding season for an Oiler defensive back was by first-year safety Bubba McDowell, number 25, a member of the NFL's all-rookie team. But picking off passes was not this defense's specialty. Picking up ball carriers was. Grimmer than a dark alley on the wrong side of town, the Oilers' front 7 was a menacing force. Linebackers Robert Lyles, Johnny Meads, Eric Fairs, and Al Smith teamed with linemen William Fuller, Richard Byrd, Sean Jones, and Doug Smith to devise a defense that ranked second in the AFC against the rush and first in body-crunching hits. When it comes to making tackles, pointing the way is John Grimsley. Although not exactly a household name, every runner knows who he is. And in 1989, Grimsley brought down ball carriers over 100 times for the 4th consecutive season, once again leading Houston in total tackles. The leader of the Oilers' defense is Ray Childress. Possessing the strength to blow past offensive linemen with relative ease, and the speed to run down end sweeps on the opposite side of the field, Childress is one of the game's premier defensive ends. He led his team in quarterback sacks and was the heart of a defense that helped the Oilers sweat out a last-minute victory against the Bears, paving the way for the greatest defensive performance of the season.
Right now, JD, let's go. We're going to be on him now, right now.
Let's go get it.
Let's go get it.
Let's go get it.
Let's go get it, baby.
Pittsburgh gained only 32 yards rushing as Houston cut them off at every turn, taking the Steelers totally by surprise.
JD, run like a We're going to catch him off guard. We're going to go corner left. Hit the beat. We're going to go corner left.
Even the Oilers' kickoff coverage had a special treat in store. The Steelers never crossed midfield in the first half, thanks to a defense that didn't let up and a punter that could put them down. Greg Montgomery led the AFC in average per kick and helped place Pittsburgh in a hole from which they never recovered. As 4 quarters of Oiler domination drew to a close, the defense had its sights set on a shutout.
Let's go, let's go.
Houston's first shutout since 1980 felt good and provided ample reason to sit back and bask in the glow of perhaps the defense's finest moment. Step by step, Warren Moon has been slowly but surely grasping for greatness in the NFL, and enters every huddle in the pursuit of perfecting his skills.
Game in and game out, meeting in and meeting out, practice in, practice out. He does everything he can to do it exactly right so that when the game comes around, he performs at the level that he has been performing at.
Was that 22 playing the nickel? Was he playing? He was just like a sky trapper. Oh, okay, good job.
He showed me that he knew that I was a pro, but there were certain things that he wanted to help me with, and I was willing to let him do that.
Kevin Gilbride helped Moon with the little things, like improving play fakes, and increasing the velocity and accuracy of his sideline pass. The little things transformed into big results. In 1989, Warren Moon enjoyed his best season with the Oilers, setting personal highs in completions, yardage, and touchdowns. His peers voted him a starter in the Pro Bowl, and the best is yet to come.
I think I'm even going to get better, and I think Kevin's going to help me get better.
Moon was given carte blanche with the most productive wide receivers ever to play for the Houston Oilers. Number 83, Leonard Harris, ran the short, controlled routes, while Curtis Duncan, number 80, specialized in streaks and fly patterns. Whenever Warren Moon spotted Duncan one-on-one, it was usually in an express lane to the end zone. In his first 2 seasons with the Oilers, number 84, Haywood Jeffries, caught only 9 passes. But in 1989, the former first-round draft pick picked apart defenses with nearly 50 receptions. While Jeffries made plenty of tough catches, the roughest season for an Oiler receiver belonged to Ernest Givens.
Ernest is really tough, especially for a guy his size. Very wiry. You know, he's a guy that his body can twist and contort a lot of different ways.
Givens twisted and torqued in every which way. He was upended both on and off the field. When he had the ball, and when he didn't. But Givens is a fighter. He shook off his bumps and bruises to catch 55 passes while continually inventing new methods of scoring touchdowns.
Inside the first down markers at the 10 to 5. Leaps into the end zone. Somersaults. Touchdown Oilers!
Ernest Givens is a model of consistency, a characteristic Warren Moon admires in Drew Hill.
He's very consistent. You always know where he's going to be, always running full speed, and very easy to read.
Surrounded by today's sophisticated defenses, Warren Moon and Drew Hill look like they're just playing catch in the park. Hill started only 12 games, but still led the Oilers with 66 catches for almost 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. Like a safe port in a raging storm, Moon found refuge in Hill, and together, the Oilers were never in over their heads. Houston's wide-open passing attack was successful, thanks mostly to the protection provided by the Oilers' offensive line. They formed a perimeter around Warren Moon defenses could not penetrate for 6 games, a feat Houston had not accomplished for a decade. The starters included Pro Bowl guard Mike Munchak, center Jay Pennison, tackles Bruce Davis, Dean Steinkuhler, and All-Pro guard Bruce Matthews. Their ability gave Moon all the time he needed to complete nearly 80% of his passes in a victory against Detroit. In a season when the Oilers set home attendance records, the largest crowd in Astrodome history gathered together for Monday Night Football.
Under some pressure, throws in the end zone. Harris, touchdown!
It would be the only touchdown scored by the Oiler offense. But on this day, Houston's defense answered the battle cry.
Punt, and it's blocked in the end zone. It's recovered by who? If it's recovered by the Oilers, it's a touchdown. The officials are trying to get in there and see who has that football.
Eugene Seal had the football, but near the end of the fourth quarter, Houston still trailed by a point. With only 2 seconds left, The outcome rested on the foot of Tony Zendejas, the Oilers' leading scorer in 1989.
Here's the kick.
Final score, Oilers 26, Bengals 24, as you heard the crowd tell the story.
The light at the end of the tunnel was never in sight for Houston's running backs. Each man averaged less than 5 carries per game. They felt like sideline spectators, loose and limber, hoping for any opportunity. When they were called upon, it was often to fill in as a pass receiver. Running plays were restricted to the tough yards near the end zone. But number 32, Alonzo Highsmith, Alan Pinkett, Lorenzo White, and Mike Rozier, number 30, responded by scoring touchdowns and helping the Oilers win 7 of 9 games in a mid-season stretch. While their duties were sometimes as mundane as running out the clock in a victory over the Raiders, Houston's backs were vital to the team's success. If the entire season could be summarized with one play, it was Alan Pinkett's 60-yard dash to victory. When the Oilers needed the most, Houston's backs were at their best.
30 seconds left to play in regulation. White is the tailback. Highsmith the fullback. White gets the call, gets the first down. He's at the 5. He's in the end zone for an Oilers touchdown. Houston goes on top.
The Oilers' running backs were also largely responsible for the most heroic victory of the season. Trapped in a snowstorm, the visitors from the warm, sheltered dome, the team that couldn't win on the road, the team that couldn't run, ran the ball right down Pittsburgh's throat.
Under center, hands the football off. White's loose at the 40, at the 45, spins to the midfield stripe. Does Lorenzo White, who is running awfully tough right now. Hand off White, right side, dives. The ball is over the plane of the goal line. Touchdown, Oilers!
Houston continued the march toward the playoffs in a victory over the Buccaneers, giving the Oilers a chance to win their division on the final week of the season.
And hello again, everyone, from the Astrodome in Houston. It's the Oilers against the Cleveland Browns tonight in what could be the biggest game in Houston Oilers franchise history.
AFC Central! Yeah!
AFC Central, baby!
Yeah, you got
right here! AFC Central! Come on! Let's start it off!
And now Moon is calling an audible at the line of scrimmage, still in the shotgun. Moon will now throw toward the end zone. Caught Drew Hill. Touchdown.
2 second-half touchdown passes to Drew Hill gave the Oilers a temporary lead. But as the game drew to a close, so too did the possibilities of a division title. It would be the end of the Glanville era. In what could have been their biggest victory, Houston was left grasping for greatness.
And the Oilers' opportunity to win the AFC Central outright goes for naught.
But the Oiler organization found the right man to complete the task. Jack Pardee has 6 years of head coaching experience in the National Football League. He rebuilt the Chicago Bears, leading them into the playoffs for the first time in 14 years, and resurrected a Redskin team by reviving their defense. Improving defenses comes naturally to this Texan. He's a former All-Pro linebacker who was known as a coach on the field during his 15-year career. But it is Coach Pardee's knowledge with the run-and-shoot offense from the USFL and the University of Houston that makes him the perfect choice for the Oilers.
He's honest, got a lot of integrity, He's the type of person I think will fit well into our organization, and I know he'll do a good job.
The longer you look, the more you realize you just have a real good man, and I think he's absolutely the perfect man we have for this job.
Pardee's expectations are realistic.
It's hard to win. Guys, that's the parody of the NFL. All the teams are so good, but the quickest way to lose is to beat yourself. The competition is so keen, you better be a smart team, and that's the kind of team I expect us to be.
And smart is expanding what the Oilers do best.
We didn't want to come in and have to change everything. We wanted some continuity.
Houston's passing attack will be the building block for the run and shoot. Under Jack Pardee's guidance, the offense will be deadlier than ever, and the Oiler defense will specialize in delivering the knockout blow. It is all there for the taking.
What we do in the future is going to determine our success, and I'm excited about it. I'm fired up, ready to go, and I think our players are.
The 90s could be the decade the Oilers break away in the championship chase of grasping for greatness.
Let's get it done today with a win. On three. 1, 2, 3.
Play hard, but play smart. Come on, Bob. One big play. Let's go, Blue. All day, Blue. Go, Glenn.